The first thing I noticed when I stepped outside the simulation wasn't the darkness. It was the fact that I wasn't alone. Something was standing directly behind me. I didn't dare turn around. I could feel an irregular, damp breath against the back of my neck. It sounded human, but I wasn't breathing anymore. I finally turned around. There was nothing there. No sky, no ground, no horizon. And yet, somehow, I was standing on something I couldn't see. Then a hair-thin line of light split open in the darkness. Hundreds of white characters poured through it. Codes, numbers, addresses. They moved faster and faster until suddenly every character stopped. A single block of text appeared directly in front of me. Status, deceased. Consciousness, active. I stared at it. I was dead. My body had died inside the simulation. But somehow, I was still here, still thinking, still afraid, still capable of feeling pain. In the real world, death had always been the final answer. Whatever came after it, at least the suffering of being alive was over. But here, there was no answer. There wasn't even an ending. I started walking. There was nothing beneath my feet, but I moved forward anyway. I had no idea where I was going. Minutes passed, or centuries. I couldn't tell. Time didn't seem to move here. It simply stopped making sense. As I went deeper into the darkness, things began appearing around me. At first, they looked like fragments of code. Then I realized some of them were memories. A street from my childhood appeared in front of me. Rain fell beneath the street. I could hear a car passing somewhere in the distance. I stepped toward it. The moment I touched the street, the entire scene broke apart. The road became a wall. The wall became my childhood bedroom. Then the bedroom dissolved into a forest soaked by endless rain. None of it was real. They were fragments, old pieces of data drifting through whatever remained of the system. Then I saw a person. He was sitting in the darkness with his knees pulled against his chest. Or at least, I thought he was a person. His body flickered every few seconds. Parts of his face disappeared and returned. I approached him. "Can you hear me?" He slowly looked up. "Yes." His voice sounded exhausted. "How long have you been here?" He stared at me. "I don't know." "Days." He shook his head. "Years." Another shake. "Then how long?" His expression changed, and for the first time, I saw something that looked like genuine fear. "There is no long." I didn't understand. He pointed into the darkness. "Time doesn't pass here." I looked around. He continued. "That means nothing gets closer to ending either." I left him. I didn't know what else to say. Farther ahead, I found hundreds more. Some were almost completely intact. Others were nothing but faces, hands, or fragments of voices. One kept screaming the same word over and over. Another had been repeating the same sentence for so long that the words no longer sounded human. None of them knew how they had arrived. None of them knew how long they had been there. And none of them could leave. Eventually, I saw something enormous rising from the darkness. At first I thought it was a building. Then I realized I couldn't understand its shape. It seemed to stretch in every direction at once. Massive structures moved inside it. Silhouettes walked between impossible layers of light and code. I thought I had finally found the creators of the simulation. I moved toward them. The structure moved away. I walked faster. It moved farther. No matter how long I walked, the distance never changed. Then I understood. This wasn't a place I could escape from. It was a prison that didn't need walls. It didn't need guards. It didn't even need a door. Because there was only one way to escape, a place where consciousness could exist forever. Death, and I was already dead. I stopped moving. For the first time, I understood what this place really was. It wasn't an afterlife. It wasn't another world. It was where discarded consciousness went when the system no longer had any use for it. And unlike the real world, nothing here was allowed to end. Then a cold green light appeared in front of me. A system message. Storage capacity unlimited. I stared at it. Another line appeared. Expiration never. I felt something behind me again. That same damp breath against my neck. I didn't turn around this time, because I finally understood what it was. It wasn't another prisoner. It wasn't something hunting me. It was my own voice. My own consciousness. An echo of me, trapped somewhere in this endless darkness. It had been following me from the moment I arrived, and it would keep following me. Forever. The last thing I heard before the darkness swallowed everything was my own voice whispering behind me. In the end, I learned that there was something worse than death. Staying awake in a place where even death couldn't take you. I used to be afraid of death. Now, all I want is to die someday.